Aloha race fans to the round of Hawaii here in the Hardee's National Series. This 3.954 mile road course has given us quite the introduction, as it's brought along some amazing action in the last chance qualifier yesterday. Gatlin Downey ended up winning the LCQ in breathtaking fashion after our last lap pass in order to take the checkered flag. And with the LCQ done, we now have a full-fledged field that is eager to go racing. 25 laps is the distance, into which we expect to see at least 2 stops in this race. Tire wear is going to be also crucial, as well as it's up to the pit crew in order to execute to the best of their potential and ability. With that said and done, let's take a look at our starting lineup for today's race. Row 1 consists of Tim Fiegel and Joseph Strigley. Tim Fiegel looking for another great run with the Allen Family Racing Team, while Joseph Strigley is still looking for that first win. Row 2 consists of defending champion Alex Benyako and a surprise qualifying time by Tip Foster, who starts 4th in today's race. Corey Williams will start 5th, with Everett Ziemba running in that 6th spot. Scott Roush and Jack Porkins will consist of row 4, 2 Chevrolets, and then you got Jeffrey White and Anthony Marchese rounding out the top 10 in row 5. Just outside the top 10 is points leader Bradley Bishop Jr., who will start 11th with Hannah Allen on his outside. Dover winner Noah Hart will start 13th with Sean Angel starting in 14th in car number 44. RJ Bishop looking to continue to impress the TPR gang. He will start 15th with William Brock in that 16th spot for Hydra Racing. James Ellison's number 2 will start in P17 with Ross Jackson on his outside starting in the 18th spot for Flying Aces Racing. Julio Caesar will start 19th and PJ Williams will round out the top 20 in row 10. Ian Della, just outside the outskirts of the top 20, will start in 21st for the Turn Performance Racing Team. Justin Johnson, great qualifying up for him, he will start in 22nd. Nicholas Carrera and Diego Yepes will consist of row 12, while row 13 has Brandon Crasta and Kyle Farrell. Kev Shear will start 27th in the race with Coben Black on his outside, and then you got Gatlin Downey and Garrett Sedna rounding out the top 30. Carter Friesen and Jarrett Rose will be 31st and 32nd on the grid, with Stratus DePire and Vance Cottle just behind them a row back. Kyle Keith will start 35th in the race with Daniel Day 36th. Then you got Patrick Smith and Josh Crash in 37th and 38th respectively. And you got the last 4 drivers, Bobo Jones and Peter Ronjek, and then Shade Eves and Alexa Lucian rounding out the last row. Let's move over to trackside to see the action commence in just a few moments here in Hawaii. All the crews making some final changes to their race cars for the drivers. 42 of them lined up. Remember, we had 12 of them from the LCQ, and they've had quite an adventurous weekend. Tim Fiegel on the pole with Joseph Strigley on his outside. 25 laps await these drivers here, and really, what's going to be the biggest hurdle right now is going to be the standing start here. Nobody's really been able to experiment with that quite yet because the LCQ had a rolling start, but only a few seconds await these drivers in terms of going green. And there it is, green flag in the air, and Tim Fiegel with a lightning start. Alex Benyako, another good start as well, but Joseph Strigley got caught sleeping on the standing start, and let's see who roars into turn 1 the quickest. Tim Fiegel obviously will be the car, but Alex Benyako's gonna roar his way up to second, clears the 22, and everybody else though following in right behind. Nobody really having issues at the start in terms of crashing out, but Alex Benyako already taking a lunge for the race lead on Tim Fiegel on the opening lap. Side by side through the inner loop, Benyako's gonna swing it wide and just gonna be able to try maybe make a lunge at the 43. Couldn't get there, and Tim Fiegel's gonna clear the 8 as he's gonna hold on to the race lead. Corey Williams looking for 5th around Tip Foster's number 27, and Foster qualifying very well inside the top 5. But look at Jeffrey White, 3 wide right behind him. Jack Porkins, RJ Bishop, and Noah Hart are all duking it out, but Porkins looks like he's got the straight line speed to eke out ahead of the number 99. There's Scott Roush on the outside of BBJ. Remember Bradley Bishop Jr., the points leader coming in White sitting second in points, Alex Mignacco third coming into this race. And here he goes, trying to hold on to third, or really second, from Joseph Strigley. Edward Ziemba just kind of putting himself in a great spot, now running in the fourth position. James Ellison now getting challenged by Anthony Marchese for position as well. Sean Angel right behind the number 9. These guys are going to try and help each other out, and really, this track very good for slipstreaming and slingshot moves, as here comes Roush down to the inside of Tip Foster for position. This looks to be for the 6th spot, and Tip is going to really fend off that number 3 car, BBJ. Huge head of steam off the final corner, as lap number 1 is going to go to an end, and it's going to be Tim Fiegel that's going to lead the opening lap. But here comes Alex Mignacco down to the inside. He's going to go into turn number 1. Who's going to get there? And it looks to be Alex Mignacco that's got the inside line run, but Tim Fiegel's going to try and fight back on the upper groove, and Alex Mignacco's going to have to slot in behind that number 43, but he's still got a nose right there. And Alex Mignacco, once again, got a good head of steam, decides to put the nose into it this time again. Attempt number 2 into the inner loop, but he's not going to be able to get there, as Fiegel's going to fend him off. Great defense there from him, and Joseph Strigley trying to fend off Edward Ziemba. And look at Tim Foster getting shoved out of line by Bradley Bishop Jr. That was something, bobbing and weaving from the 45, and just split the gap between him and the 3, Jeffrey White, in hot pursuit. And here is more of the mid-pack. There's Ross Jackson getting challenged by Ian Dutta, but he's got that outside line run, kicking into that Dr. Pepper machine. Julio Cesar marching his way forward. He's in 19th at the moment. Diego Yepes started near the mid-pack area. He's already up 4 spots. Just like that, now in the 20th spot. Sean Angel out of shape there from Nicholas Carrera's front bumper. And here comes Jack Porkins up front, getting around Hannah Allen for position, but Allen trying to put the fight back in that 0 car. Now she's making a move underneath Tip Foster. That 27 just not as good in race pace as it is in Q pace, but even so, Tip Foster having a valiant effort, keeping this car inside the top 10 for the time being. Maybe for some it might be short-lived, but this is a great feat for based on where they qualified. This is great for Tip Foster, but Jack Porkins now side by side with Hannah Allen. Allen shuts the door. She's gonna thrust her way forwards, and she's going to put herself ahead of that peak antifreeze machine. But there's Anthony Marchese, couple of others. Kev Shears on the move here in that 62 car. He didn't start the best in this race. He's in 25th. Couple of back markers here. There's Patrick Smith and Stratus DePire here, but some crazy action early on in this race. Alex Mignacco, though, again on the back bumper of Tim Fiegel, looks again to the inside. And Alex Mignacco's just so impatient right now. He knows his car is quicker than the 43. Down to the inside, he's gonna go, and once again couldn't get there, and just not really finding an opportunity quite yet. Ziemba now on the outside of the 22. Corey Williams trying to reel in the 2 Toyotas, but here comes Alex Mignacco. He's looking higher on the racetrack, experimenting with the lines, and Alex Mignacco now side by side for the race lead. And it looks like that A car's just got the good long run speed, or really that straight line speed, excuse me. And the Reese's machine's gonna top out ahead of the Hot Wheels car, but Fiegel fighting back. Here comes Strigley on the outside, and Edward Ziemba's not gonna be able to really capitalize on Strigley, but Williams is gonna try and challenge as he goes lay on the brakes on that number 17 car. And Ziemba just not really able to do so whatsoever, and he's going to fend off Corey Williams there. 14 not able to get the power off, but an exciting few laps here at Hawaii, to say the least. It's quite an adventure, to say, for these drivers. You saw how Bradley Bishop Jr. just split the gap between Roush and Foster, and here's how he did it. Roush went really wide into the course, and Bradley Bishop Jr. put his nose there, just shoved Tip Foster out of the way and split the middle, and a brave move by the points leader early on. And just like that, he gained a spot out of all that. A brave move and an aggressive move from the number 45 as the race continues to roar on. While Alex Mignacco took the lead away from Tim Fiegel, there were some drivers that weren't as lucky and were the first casualties early on. Justin Johnson got out of PJ Williams and then went into the tire barriers. Coven Black and Cal Farrell collected in the carnage as well, and just like that, car number 61, out of the race early on in a pretty big hit into the tire barrier. Edward Ziemba is closing in on Joseph Sprigley, and that 17 car has caught the draft of the Toyota Care machine, and there he goes down the inside. Here comes Edward Ziemba looking for third, and Scott Roush and Corey Williams just kind of watching these two go at it. And really, Ziemba almost drove it really wide there. Here comes Scott Roush full on head of steam on the outside line, and Bradley Bishop Jr. just right behind the battle for third on back, heating up early on. And look at that 17, he's just going to get the momentum off the corner. Bradley Bishop Jr. with a good run off the corner as well. 3 wide all together. Into the corners, they're going to go. BBJ trying to split the middle, and they all crash. And the 45 into the barriers. The 3 and the 14 also in the barriers. And out of the race are going to go Williams and Roush. And the points leader coming in is going to have a lot of damage to his Mopar machine. And Bradley Bishop Jr. looked to try and split the middle, but it just ran out of space. And just like that, huge implications for that 45 team. The 14 was also looking to gain some points as well as the 3, but for Alex Bignacco, this is going to be a golden opportunity for him to pounce, as well as Jeffrey White in the number 11. But just like that, with the blink of an eye, Bradley Bishop Jr. crashes out. And you see Bradley Bishop Jr. had a full-on head of steam, and the gap just closed up, and all 3 of them just went careening into the barrier. Hard lick for Scott Roush and Corey Williams. And BBJ ended up really on the least end of the stick there, to say at least. Still a lot of damage regardless, but more or less though, his car isn't completely obliterated, and if they can get that car repaired, this could be a saving grace, because you never know what attrition could be at this racetrack. You see Bradley Bishop Jr. had a full-on head of steam. He was right behind Roush and Williams. He tries to split the middle, but the gap just closes up. Williams comes down, Roush comes up. BBJ just stuck in the middle, but all 3 of them were just so aggressive into that corner, and no matter one of them should have backed off or given space, but it's lap number 5, and I think if they all thought of the bigger picture, they all would have been able to survive, but just like that, their races are going to go down the drain, and certainly not going to be great points days at all for these drivers. William Brock now closing in on Tiff Foster for the 10th spot, but Nicholas Carrera right on his tail. He's actually going to try and make it 3 wide, coming into the corner, and Carrera trying to set the 94 car up, and Foster blocks the number 94 up top, shuts the door on both lines of the racetrack, and Foster's going to fend off that 05 for the time being. But look at William Brock, outside momentum he's going to get. What a run from that 94, great exit from the Synovus machine, but look at Nicholas Carrera, good center speed off that turn, and here they go, 3 wide. Carrera trying to split the middle between the both of them, and Nicholas Carrera now in the middle. We saw what happened with BBJ, Williams, and Roush. Will it be the same process again? Into the corner they're gonna go, and actually they're not gonna take each other out. Tiff Foster gives the space. Oh man, almost got into the corner panel of Nicholas Carrera, but the 05 is going to muscle his way up 2 positions. James Ellison tries to move down the inside of William Brock, trying to pounce on these guys battling it out, and that allows more cars to join in on this mid-pack battle. And Tiff Foster defending against the 94 on the upper groove, gets the momentum off. And here comes James Ellison down on the inside of William Brock's number 94. Ellison, great head of steam for this Red Bull machine. And into the inside, he's going to go. Marchese fighting with Sean Angel back there right behind him. Battles 2 rows deep, and Brock's going to edge out ahead of the 2 as Ellison backs his car up. And same as Sean Angel's number 44. What a battle so far between these guys. And there you see, there's Jarrett Gross, Vance Cobble, a couple of these guys trying to march their way forwards in terms of reaching that top 20. Certainly would be a good day for them. Kev Shear having an impressive effort, running 21st in this race. He's getting challenged by Jarrett Gross, though. Here he comes down the inside. Brandon Cresta just a little bit ahead of them, but an impressive showing for Kev Shear. Great battles right behind them. Conwell now trying to make a move on Jarrett Gross. Backs up just a tad there, and that's going to give them some space. And Jarrett Gross out of shape, same as Vance Conwell. Both of them save it miraculously. But Jarrett Gross keeps the car in the grass and shoves his car right in front of Conwell, who he runs into the back of. As a result, that 24 car does. and a close shave for them. Carter Friesen moves up a few spots thanks to that. But this midfield battle getting very intense. Guerrero just long gone away from the field here as William Brock holding off James Ellison and Tip Foster for position. And Tip Foster jumping backwards on this car, and they're really having to make some adjustments once the pit stops kick in. Sean Angel coming in. He's going to send it deep underneath Tip Foster. And that 44 car just so quick, but just not really having the track position on his side. Diego Yepes is also clawing his way up to the 16th spot, so great effort for Diego Yepes. He qualified, I believe, 24th in this race, so a great run. If they can actually get a top 10, I'd say that's a win for them. But Yepes now files in behind Ian Dutta. Dutta to the inside of Foster, squeezes him a little bit off the track, but Dutta is going to try and get around this 27. Yepes trying to help him out, but looks like Tip Foster's going to edge his way ahead of the 71. What a power move by Tip Foster's number 27 car, while Julio Cesar's getting challenged by Ross Jackson in the 25. Jackson trying to get on the move here in that Dr. Pepper machine. He's going to get ahead of the 28, clears him down the front stretch, but Ian Dutta now to the inside of Foster into turn 1 with Yepes following behind in that number 7 machine. And there you see Hart and Porkins going at it up there up on your screen, while Ellison and Marchese seem to be going at it for the 12th spot. Ellison trying to crack the top 10. He has yet to really find that, I believe, from that 2 machine, so he's certainly looking for something on that Toyota. Marchese struggling with his car so far, but these guys just so aggressive here in this race. And it comes to show, there's Kyle Keith having a very good run in the 36 car. We usually see these cars running way lower in the grid, but they're running 26, so a great effort for the Hooters machine. There's Gatlin Downing here on deck. These guys qualified near the back. They're looking to try and march their way forward, but so far they've kind of stalled out. But these guys just going at it to and fro all over the racetrack. Hawaii bringing some excellent excitement here today. While we were sawing those ferocious midfield battles, this was the battle for second between Edward Ziemba and Tim Fiegel, and Ziemba just had a great exit and just set him up beautifully in the corner, and with an outside pass went the number 17 car. And just, you know, based on that momentum, less bumps on the track, and that straight line speed kicking in, that straight line momentum that is needed, and Edward Ziemba moves himself up to the runner-up spot. You saw Strigley and RJ Bishop go at it with the 22, fending off that number 99 as well. Here was the instant between Gross and Codwell, and you see Codwell on the brakes, Gross on the brakes as well. He just braked a little bit earlier, and Codwell didn't anticipate it, and both of them went into the sand trap, and both also trying to merge on the track. Gross not too happy, just parked it right in front of Codwell, showing his displeasure there. They were both trying to get into rhythm, but I think they just ran into each other, not anticipating their brake zones. Just like that, but luckily both of them saved it, but Codwell kind of got the worst end of the stick. You see the front end damage to his target machine. RJ Bishop now reeling in Joseph Strigley's number 22. That 99 car has been quicker than Strigley's these past few laps, and now here he goes down the inside, trying to put a nose ahead. Strigley watches up the hill, and oh, he got in the back of him. Strigley hits the wall, but just barely. Great save by Joseph Strigley. Scary call for them, but that allows both Porkins and Allen to capitalize as they both get around the 22 with ease. And look who's also joining in the fray, Noah Hart. So the Fisher cars up close together, but some contact there with RJ Bishop, and Joseph Strigley put the 22 into the wall, but luckily not too much damage done for that Toyota Care machine. But here comes Porkins on the outside of Hannah Allen, potentially looking for more. This time on RJ Bishop, but Bishop puts the block in that number 41 car, on that number 41 car to be exact. And the Exide machine showing some aggression here. We haven't really seen Turn Performance Racing find victory lane besides Ian Dutta's number 71 car, but they've had some speed to showcase it, but just not the luck to say the least. But RJ Bishop claws his way up to 5th with an aggressive move, and Strigley and Hart are going to be up close together. Noah Hart's had a very quiet run, running in the 9th spot, so if Noah Hart could get a top 5, maybe with pit strategy or even raw speed at the end of things and mere patience, this could be a great day for the Fisher Motorsports organization, as if it was already good enough for them. Here comes Alex Mignacco down pit road. Green flag pit stops are about to begin. We expect it to be a 2-stopper. in this race, and Alex Beniaco is going to be the first one to come in. There's Fiegel following behind Hannah Allen, quite the distance back, with Strigley and Hart following on toe. So again, we've said this so many times, we'll say it again, undercut versus overcut. Which one will be the best, and will the pit crews execute to the best of the driver's liking and make the proper adjustments to make their cars happier on the track? Porkins making a move underneath RJ Bishop. Bishop fighting back strong on the outside line, and Porkins sends it down the inside. The 41 car looking for some good long run speed, and Jack is going to actually muscle his way around that 99 car. Porkins, with that win in Kentucky, he is certainly higher up in terms of confidence for that peak machine. They were having a slump early on, but they're certainly finding their rhythm here in this second half of the season. Once again, for Jack Porkins, the second half seems to be a great half for him. Here comes Edward Ziemba. He's actually going to pit this time around, and here come the Curtis Racing cars. They both go into the outside wall, and Jeffrey White and Porkins collide. They're still rubbing into each other, and I think both of them went for the same line and just collided into the outside wall and damage to both their cars. White looks like he's got worse off out of it, but White running for that championship, he's going to lose a ton of ground, and I expect this to be a very slow pit stop for the both of these drivers. Edward Ziemba, they're going to take 4 tires and fuel. Obviously, you want those fresh Goodyear tires. But watch Alex Beniaco on the right side of your screen. Where will he end up will be the big picture, and that's going to determine whether the undercut or the overcut is going to be necessary or the way to go. And there's Edward Ziemba coming out. Porkins did not have a great stop. RJ Bishop had a blast of a stop there, and he's actually, the 17 is going to edge out ahead of the 8 car, and the battle for second is on. RJ Bishop versus Jack Porkins. Outside versus inside. KR versus TPR. And that 99 car just having the car up to speed in that short run there, and he's actually going to run off into the second spot. Porkins files back to third. Alex Beniaco, who pitted first, will be in the 4th spot, while Tim Fiegel rounds out the top 5. Hannah Allen and Noah Hart duking it out for the 6th position. Hart drives it wide, and Allen's going to fend off that number 12 machine for another day. And meanwhile, Tip Foster, Anthony Marchese, and James Ellison going at it. Foster going into the grass, 3 wide into the corner, and Marchese splits the middle and passes both the 27 and the 2. Brave move by him, just like BBJ earlier in the race. And that 9 car muscling his way forward. The Monster Energy car is running together with Brandon Cresta in hot pursuit there. These guys are just a little bit outside the top 10, running near that top 20 range once the cycle is finalized here, and once we actually get better scoring on the track, as Cresta goes to the inside of Julio Cesar. Kev Shearer is reeled into the battle as well. What a run for Kev Shearer. As we mentioned before, we never really see these drivers run really well inside that top 20. And speaking of the top 20, Jeffrey White has dropped quite a long ways back in that number 11 due to the damage repaired on that Fanatics machine. Costly for the 11, but beneficiary for the number 8 there. But they're all gonna try and chase down Edward Ziemba's number 17. Another driver would bite the dust, as it was Garrett Sinner that bounced into Daniel Day and would go into the barriers. And out of the race goes the number 63 car, just like that. A double disaster for Joseph Strigley Racing. It is actually surprising to see BBJ's car still in the race. The AFRT crew have whooped their butts off trying to fix this car, and although they're actually trying to get around the 59 car, so what a full-on head of steam by BBJ. Comes to show how powerful that AFRT motor is, but man, oh man, what a recovery for them. They're not going to get the best of point stays, but even so, every point matters because attrition is going to be key here. We've seen some drama and action in this race so far, and we still got plenty of laps left to go in this race. Edward Ziemba at first looked to have a comfortable lead, but that's not going to last very long, because here comes RJ Bishop and Alex Beniaco to join in. Jack Porkins not too far behind the slipstream of the 8, as well as Fiegel, Allen, and Hart. Your top 7 are just underneath a blanket here, and this could be a 7-car race if things go according to plan for these drivers. But RJ Bishop's car coming to life. He's got a full-on head of steam, and that car just way quicker then Ziemba's IK9 machine, and there he is. The two rookies now pressuring each other for this race lead. Bishop later on the brakes, now on the back bumper of the youngster. Both of them driving it really wide into the corner. RJ looks high, but he's going to try and go down underneath. Loosens the 17 up, and here comes RJ Bishop closing in, looking. He's going to turn the 17 hard, looking to the outside wall, and the race leader is going to be out of the race just like that on lap number 12. And for RJ Bishop, he's going to lose out to the race lead to Alex Benyako and Jack Porkins. And here comes Fiegel looking for third around the 99. And RJ Bishop getting challenged there. Hart looking on the outside of Allen. And that 12 car is going to muscle his way past the 0. And RJ's going to hold on to third. But just like that, him and Edward Ziemba were duking it out for the race lead, and the two rookies, based on inexperience, collided, and out of the race goes the number 17. And for Alex Benyako and Porkins, they capitalize on 2 free spots as well as the rest of the field gained that 1 spot with the 17 out of the race with a big wallop into the wall. And you see RJ Bishop was on the back bumper of Edward Ziemba trying to force him into a mistake. You see he looked up high, immediately weaved down the inside, and then you see him just good center speed off the corner, but watch him, he just tries to look underneath the 17, puts a little bumper to the 17, but then just clips the quarter panel, and watch the impact that 17 is gonna get. Lifts the car off the ground, and what a shot into the outside wall. Vicious hit for Edward Ziemba. And that 99 car goes into the grass, no traction whatsoever, loses out on 2 spots as a result. But what a shot for Edward Ziemba. He had a great car, and the hopes were so high for the IK9 machine, but out of the race, he's gonna go out of the race lead and out of the win. Another incident would fly very similar to the Ziemba wreck, and Daniel Day with a vicious hit into the barrier, and Gatlin Downey finds the ending of the wall, and out of the race these two are going to go. But what a shot for Daniel Day, a vicious hit as well. That sector very deadly as it seems on the track. And as we mentioned earlier, this was very similar to the Ziemba wreck, and Gatlin Downey looked a little bit lower on Daniel Day and then just clipped the quarter panel just like that, upsets the car, and then watch the car lift off the ground. All 4 wheels actually go off the ground, and they're just careening into the wall. What a shot. It's like a movie stunt there, but a vicious hit for Daniel Day. Man, what a shot for both Ziemba and Dane. Then I think Gatlin Downey tries to get the car slowed down, but by then you see him, he's going to hit the barrier. Bam, just like that, and out of the race goes the 55 and the 37. Some more casualties in this race here near the halfway point. And out goes drivers in that sector. Jared Gross sending it on Julio Caesar for the 19th spot. And the 28 trying to fend him off. Jeffrey White following in the cusp of the 54, all side by side. 3-way battle for position. And that was a close call, but Jared Gross is going to have the momentum down the front straightaway. Jeffrey White's going to try and follow. Patrick Smith, you saw in the background, bring his car down pit road. And here comes Jeffrey White in the 11, looking to get a late charge here. Down to the inside, he's going to go, and look at PJ Williams also joining in the party. And that 28 car on the outside, White on the inside trying to recover after a damaged race car. PJ Williams looking to make it 3 wide, and they're all going to be side by side into the corner. And there goes Julio Caesar. He's going to spin it off, and into the wall he's going to go. In a top 20 run for the 28 is going to end up in shambles after contact with Jeffrey White. Puts the 28 into the wall, and just like that, and well, Monster Energy's only got 1 car left in this top 20, and that man is Chip Foster's number 27, so they're hoping for him to survive. But with Daniel Day and Caesar out, this is a nightmare race for the Monster Energy Racing team. And you see PJ Williams look to make it 3 wide. Jeffrey White, though, was on the inside of Caesar, and he just ran into the back of the 28, sending him around and back end into the outside wall. Big lick for the Monster Energy machine, but that's gonna mire the 28 way back in traffic. RJ's gonna try and send it on Jack Porkins, and Porkins slides up the hill, and here comes the Excite Batteries machine once again. Tim Fiegel's got the slipstream of the both of them. Will he make it 3 wide? I think Fiegel's actually gonna take it conservative here. He's gonna let these two battle it out so he can take away a spot from one of them at least. And Porkins outside, and really that 99 car slides off a little bit. That's gonna cost him a spot to Tim Fiegel, and Fiegel's gonna pounce on that position just like that, and they're all still trying to catch Alex Benyakko's number 8 car. RJ back on the outside, this time on Tim Fiegel. Fiegel tries to fight back, but that 99 car just so strong on that outside line. Noah Hart's gonna push that 99 car forwards, and really Hart also trying to get a free spot for himself, letting these guys battle it out. He's trying to save his stuff as he goes to the outside of the Hot Wheels machine. Hannah Allen just kind of leering into the picture, running in that 6th spot. How about Ian Dutta in the 7th position? How about that? Didn't qualify too well, but they put themselves in a great spot in terms of a good points day. Nicholas Carrera having a great day as well. Joseph Strigley, who qualified 2nd, drops down to 9th, but even so, top 10s are pretty good for this Fisher Motorsports organization. And Diego Yepes has been one of the bigger movers in this race. He's now inside the top 10 in car number 7. Might not want to sleep on this guy here. Very good at consistency here in the Hardee's National Series, and giving us a great statement on why he's a superstar, or really what many believe that he could be a superstar here in the Hardee's National Series. William Brock in 11th, and there's Sean Angel 12th, Jackson 13th, with Anthony Marchese running in the 14th spot. Tip Foster getting challenged to the 15th position underneath, with Jared Gross trying to take that spot away from the Monster Energy Racing Dodge. And looks like Jared Gross is going to clear him with ease. Good pass by Jared Gross. He goes up to 15th, with Foster running down in 16th. Kratz has moved his way up to the 17th spot. Jeffrey White sits 18th, with PJ Williams 19th. And James Ellison, your top 20 as it seems here in Hawaii. Things are really heating up here, but also calming down a little bit here near the mid-pack. Everybody getting themselves into a rhythm, but near the front pack, it's getting very, very intense in terms of battling it out. They are all so bunched up together and close behind Alex Benyakko's number 8. Bishop now looking again on Jack Porkins. He's going to make another lunge to the inside. Once again, the same corner and the same opportunity, and Noah Hart's going to be in the catbird seat to maybe take both spots away, but he's going to file in behind Jack Porkins. He's going to try and help that 41 car out. I believe some of the crew chiefs and spotters have been giving warning to that 99 car being potentially a weapon on the track, but Jack Porkins weaves his way around the 99 with ease, same as Noah Hart, and you can see Bishop just driving it in so deep into the corner, very aggressive on the XI machine, and Hart now under pressure from the 99 car once again. And Bishop fights up top, tries to muscle his way forward with less bumps on the outside groove. And Tim Fiegel going to bump trap that 12 car, but Hart holds his ground. Here they go, down to the inside. Hart's gonna go. Bishop is looking to fend off that 12 car. He's gonna have a great shot at 3rd here, and great defense by the X-Side machine. Porkins stays in 2nd though, and Benyakko pulling a little bit of a gap over that peak antifreeze machine here, so this could get interesting here. We still again have one more pit stop remaining for these drivers, and it's a matter of when, so I'd say around lap 16 to 18, and right now they are in the pit window, so I'd say that would be the range. Not many drivers are trying to stretch it out here, maybe an extra lap or two, but that is at most. But here comes Bishop again, back down towards the inside for the runner-up spot. Side by side in the corner, Porkins ekes him out. But here they come. Alex Benyakko comes in, Porkins comes in, Fiegel comes in with Hannah Allen as well. There's Guerrero. There is the 22 of Joseph Strigley coming in as well. And this is going to be the money stop here. Alex Benyakko's crew, they gotta execute to the best of their liking with White and Bishop Jr. having issues. This is a great opportunity for them to pounce on this race win, and right now they have had race winning speed all day long. They've been the dominant car, and 4 tires stop for the number 8 machine. You see more drivers staying out on the track, and there he goes off pit road. Porkins at a really good stop in the 41. Look at the speed he's going to get. And this is going to be a good opportunity if Porkins can close in on Alex Benyakko. This could be huge for him. He's trying to go for 2 wins in a row this season. And now with a great stop for the 41, he's going to try and use this to his advantage and use that stop to close in on the number 8. But there you see up on your screen, you just saw them a little bit earlier there. Noah Hart and RJ Bishop were battling it out for position, with Hart now in the race lead in the Dairy Queen machine. Noah Hart has won at Dover. They're looking for something here today. Maybe some differing strategies could put this 12 car in the lead. And there's the Turner Performance cars of Bishop and Dutta. Dutta having a very good run, as we mentioned earlier, and they're pulling it out an extra lap. But you see there, Noah Hart, I think they're going to come in this time around. They know they can't stay out on the track any longer because they're going to lose a lot of time, because those new tires are fundamental, to say the least. And here they go. Hart comes in, Bishop comes in, Dutta comes in. I think this is where the rest of the field will come down pit road. Sean Angel, he will come in. I don't think anybody's going to play it brave here or bold. It looks like we're not going to have anybody else stay out on the track. So it looks like our sequence is going to complete. So actually a 2-lap window of pit stops here. There's Hart. They're going to take their 4 tires and fuel here, as well as the rest of the field. That's pretty much the only strategy you can go with. 2 tires can only get you so far. There's Jeffrey White coming down pit road, but where is Alex Benyako on the track? There he is down the front stretch. He's gonna go. And where will Noah Hart and the others line up in this race? There is Alex Benyako. He roars his way, and Noah Hart up to speed, but not enough to get around Alex Benyako, so he actually might claw out to 3rd. So even so, still a great stop for the 12 team. And Hannah Allen moves her way up to the 4th position. Ian Dutta drops down to 5th. RJ losing a few spots here, but here comes Nicholas Carrera, that 05 car. A rocket on the racetrack here. What a run for this Bluebell ice cream machine. Sends it down on the inside. What a send there. And Nicholas Carrera power pass around the 99. And Nicholas Carrera, a very strong run. We rarely see runs like these from Nicholas Carrera. He's had what it takes back when the Napa Pro Series is a thing. Now currently the Napa Truck Series. But right now, this is a statement run for the Flying Races organization. And there you see also Sean Angel, quite up for him with Diego Yepes and Hot Pursuit in car number 7. One of the biggest losers out of this was Tim Fiegel's number 43. They had a very slow stop for the Allen Family Racing Team car, and that has dropped him outside the top 10. He is now in 15. James Elson holding off Jeffrey White there, and great effort for James Elson there. They really need runs like these. Elson kind of on a bit of a slump in terms of results. Really wants to impress the Red Bull gang here for his final year, really his first and only year with the Red Bull organization. And right now, 16th is pretty good, running the best Red Bull car right now. Peter Onjak is, well, I don't know where Peter Onjak is. He's actually 31st in that number 6 car, kind of struggling with his race car there. Alexa Lushon running inside the top 30. Great effort for her. Kyle Keith running in the 28th spot, with Bobo Jones moving his way forwards. He's gained some spots due to some attrition. Strastapire the same, as well as Carter Friesen and Patrick Smith. So, and also a couple of notables here. The Red Stallion cars of Shade Eves and Kev Shear are having some very good runs today in the 81 and the 62, just a little bit outside that top 20. And if things go well, they got good speed and launch at the end, they could get themselves both into the top 20. Eves now to the bottom. This guy's been on a mission. He started way in the back of the race, started I believe 39th or so, or 41st. Either way, tough result for them in qualifying, and Eves has been one of the bigger movers of the race as well. He makes a move to the inside of Kev Shear, and Shear not giving any space whatsoever, and onto the rumble strip the Wyndham machine goes, washes up the hill. Eves now to the bottom, tries to give way, and Shear giving plenty of space, and that 81 car looking very good on the track. And here he goes on the outside of his teammate Tim Foster, just blocking both lanes of the track. That 27 still not finding the proper speed they've wanted after starting 4th in this race. And Tim Foster just kind of really just not having a good handling race car on his shoulders, because the Red Stallion cars have reeled in the Monster Energy car. And here comes Eves down on the outside this time around. He's going to get a little bit creative as he tries to go late on the brakes here, and Eves Great exit off. He's actually going to try and get around that 27 car, and he will do so. What a pass by Shade Eves. That's something to say for next season, because he's going to have a hybrid schedule like Yepes, but with 2 differing Ford teams. So this could be interesting for Eves and his future. Very impressive run for him. Srigley weaves to the left on Diego Yepes, or to the right on that number 7 car, and this is for the 9th spot here. Srigley looking to keep his top 10 going here. He's looking for some consistency here. That win could have been today, but looks like it wasn't meant to be. His teammate running in the 4th spot, so great effort for the Fisher Motorsports gang in general here. Great weekend for them. They really just need some consistency on their line. They've had some great speed lately, but not the results to really showcase it. But couldn't get around Yepes that time around. Yepes holds the Ford all together in the order of the Arrows machine. Very strong here, running in the 9th spot. That's one way to impress as well, and to showcase the potential you can have if you're in a much higher ride. Yepes not as quick as the Turn Performance cars, but even so, this is a great effort for the Hydra team. Shade Eves is on a mission. He is right on the back bumper of Vance Combo. He's gonna look low on the racetrack, and the lines are gonna inverse. And this is the line that Eves wants to be in, goes outside the groove there. But he's going to have a good head of steam down the corner, and Eves is going to monster his way past that 24, muscles his way around. Great horsepower in that Red Stallion car. They really made some good adjustments for that car, and Conwell, despite the damage, running it near that top 20, and now outside the top 20, with Eves now putting himself now in that 20th position. Great comeback for him, and this comes to show the talent Eves has. You put him in a good ride next season and next year, really next year to be exact, and well, we could see the results come into play for this 81 team, and really for Eves as a driver, this is huge for him and his confidence. Alex Benyaka is really checked out from the rest of the field. That car is flawless right now, but Hannah Allen has closed in on Jack Porkins. Looks to the outside. She's gonna go late on the brakes, trying to make it a CM Racing 1-2. And Allen has the horsepower off, has the grip on those Goodyear tires. Hart just watching in the distance, and Porkins gives the space but fights back valiantly on the outside, and Porkins is gonna fend off the 0 for the time being. But Hannah Allen's cars come to life in this race. Noah Hart's actually gonna have a nose. He's gonna try and send it. He looks to the inside. Allen wiggles, and here comes Noah Hart looking for the 3rd position on Hannah Allen's number 0, and Hannah just able to really get the power off the corner, and Hart had to back off. It's a 1-lane track there, really a 1-groove track, so only one car can kind of fit that fast sector here. You can't really pass there, but meanwhile though, RJ Bishop is getting reeled in by Sean Angel and Joseph Srigley alike, and those 2 drivers are looking very quick. Yepes a little bit outside that top 10, or he is in the 10th spot, but just a little bit outside their distance right now, but he could reel in RJ Bishop's car as well. And here comes Sean Angel and Joseph Srigley to join in on the action. Hannah Allen looking underneath Porkins once again. Outside she's gonna go, drives it wide. Hart's gonna try and follow along, and Allen's gonna have to find another way to get around that 41 car. RJ getting challenged by Sean Angel. This time he's gonna go on the outside line, the 44, very strong up there. Joseph Srigley looking a little bit lower on the quarter panel, loosens him up. Outside he's gonna go, and the outside he's gonna go, and Joseph Srigley is going to get ahead of that number 44. He's going to try and get ahead of that number 44 car, but Julio Cesar playing his lap traffic. Will that help Angel out here? And Julio Cesar trying to get out of harm's way, but he's also got a decent car despite the back end damage. And Joseph Srigley is going to try and look on the inside, but can't quite get there. But he's going to hold off Sean Angel. He's going to get around Sean Angel to be exact. He's going to easily get around the lap car of Julio Cesar, and up to 8th goes the number 22. While RJ and the gang were going at it, this was the battle for second. Hannah Allen had a full-on head of steam on Jack Porkins and just reeled her way on the outside groove, and an easy pass there. CM Racing now 1-2. Jack Porkins now under pressure from Hart and Ian Dutta's number 71. 2 laps to go remain for Alex Benyako, and car number 8, Allen sits second. Then you got Porkins third, Hart fourth, and Dutta your top 5. Nicholas Guerrero has lurked his way in the 6th position. with RJ Bishop 7th, Strigley 8th, Yepes in 9th, and Sean Angel your top 10. And look at Ross Jackson. He's trying to get the 11th spot from Anthony Marchese's number 9. And that 25 car also looking very good here. And Flying Aces Racing having a very good weekend so far. And that itself would be an understatement because we rarely see both of those cars succeed well in one weekend simultaneously. But back up front though, the white flag is going to fly. One more lap to go for Alex Benyako. He is set sail and away from the field. The gap now 5.37 seconds. So basically, if he doesn't blow up or really make a huge mistake, he's basically long gone for the race win. Noah Hart, though, trying to reel in Jack Porkins for the 3rd spot. He has closed in on the back bumper of the 41, and there he goes. Moves to the right side, and Noah Hart's going to take a little peek at the inside. Porkins gives the space, but Hart slides it a little bit wide. He goes into the grass just a tad there, and that might help Jack Porkins out quite a lot here. That 12 car knows he is much quicker than him. And really Hart looking now to the outside line. Here he goes. Hart with a good run. Can he get there? Porkins shuts the door, and Hart going to try and do a crossover move. Going to try and get the slipstream of the number 41. He's going to try and get the slingshot move, and here he goes down the inside. Couldn't get there, and I think that's going to give Porkins a lot of space there. That might be a sigh of relief for him. But meanwhile, near this mid-pack area, a little bit of battling to and fro, but otherwise looks pretty calm. Carter Friesen and Scratch the Pyre going at it for position. That looks to be for the 24th spot, so great run for Carter so far. But Alex Benyako, though, car number 8 with Jeffrey White's issues in pit row with an accident with his teammate Jack Porkins, and BBJ's troubles with Corey Williams and Scott Roush. Alex Benyako, where it mattered the most, is the leader right now, and off the final few corners, car number 8 is going to find victory lane, and Alex Benyako is going to be victorious here in Hawaii. What a showing for Alex Benyako in car number 8 here in Hawaii. How about that? P1 for car number 8. That's going to rocket himself towards the points lead. Hannah Allen gets 2nd for a CM Racing 1-2, and then you got Porkins 3rd, Hart 4th, Dutta in the top 5 with Nicholas Carrera in 6th, Joseph Strigley 7th, RJ Bishop in 8th, Yepes with a great climb to 9th, and Sean Angel your top 10. And Anthony Marchese ends up just a little bit outside that top 10 as a result, but even so, Alex Benyako wins the race, the defending champion, looking as strong as ever. And man, I think a lot of teams want variety in terms of winners, and certainly with the grasp that the Chevys have, as well as Allen Family Racing Team, people are going to have to change that sooner or later, because these guys are on a hot streak. KR, CM, and AFRT, the big 3 teams of the Hardee's National Series, the Giants, that basically envelop this series in general. Some teams are going to have to stop that. We saw Fisher Motorsports with some great speed and qualifying. Noah Hart with that 4th place run, as we mentioned. But otherwise, though, Alex Benyako with the win and a huge game changer in the championship standings. And with these races coming up, Watkins Glen being the next race on the calendar, these road courses seem to really shift the focus in terms of the championship fight. It allows some teams to access and some maybe to regress as well. But otherwise, thank you for listening in and watching this round of Hawaii. We hope you've enjoyed the main event as well as the AOCQ from the day before here. And again, thank you all for listening in, and we'll be signing out.